Summit took place over the weekend in Chicago, and the media would like you to know that it was, quote, largely peaceful. Sure, protesters screamed F the police. They chanted, "What do we want? Dead cops." But they also grabbed police barricades, bum rushed the police line, and threw sticks, glass bottles, rockets, red paint, buckets, rocks. Officers were wounded. Yes, one officer was even stabbed. The officers were forced to fight back with batons, and the mounted officers had to actually equip their horses with a mask. But largely peaceful. 45 were arrested, including 7 protesters who were caught with these bottles of human urine and feces. 3 Occupy protesters on Saturday were charged with a conspiracy to commit terrorism, possession of explosive devices, and providing material support for terrorism. They were just planning to blow up Rahm Emanuel's house as well as police stations, and the president's campaign headquarters at the NATO summit. But other than that, okay, the terrorists and all the violence, but peaceful. Other than that, I have to tell you, I find this incredible, what's happening to our country now. We've gone way past, the time when I thought, hey, you know what? You just point out the truth and people will figure it out. No. During the Tea Parties, the media struck a watchful tone, waiting on high alert for the nearest hint of violence. And every time they saw one of these, they panicked. It's a snake flag. CBS warned that the Tea Party was getting violent. And look at the scary graphic there. Ooh. It's a scope aimed at the U.S. Capitol. They could start shooting at any moment, blowing things up. Look out! The main evidence of the violence, at least in their piece, was, well, claims of threatening calls that they couldn't verify. And then there was this, and don't get me wrong, this is pretty big. A brother of a no-name congressman, Tom Piarello, had the gas line allegedly cut on his house. And let me tell you something. If you're the Tea Party, if you really want to send a message to Congress, you attack the home of a brother of a no-name congressman. That's how over the top the media went. Now, the New York Times over the weekend didn't even identify the suspected NATO terrorist as occupiers. Instead, they settled for the generic people description. Oh, people were making bombs? No. That's a good thing. I thought there were monkeys there for a second. The Washington Post, at least, pointed it out, but they buried it at the end of the article. Oh, by the way, they were Occupy protesters. CNN's Don Lemon played this clip and seemed kind of disgusted at the police. I want you to notice where they start playing the clip. Here it is. Whoa. What's going on? Look at the police. I'm disgusted. Okay, all you see here are the cops swinging, right? He's about to say, I wonder what could possibly provoke this police to lash out this way. Violence.
So to our viewers and to Ted Rowlands, who is joining us live in Chicago, what you're looking at, police in combat gear, Chicago police versus protesters there. And Ted, what we're showing, really just the police pummeling some of these people in the crowd. From our vantage point here, it just looks like the cops are wailing on the people there in the crowds with their nightsticks.
And that happens all the time in America. All of a sudden, our police just go Syrian on everybody. I mean, how many times have you seen just wailing on people? Gee, Don, I wonder, is it that tough to figure out? Let me wager a guess here for you, Mr. Lemon. Could the police have been reacting to something like this? There are the protesters. Look at them on the red flags and stuff. Here are the cops. There's quite a few of them, huh? Look at them, outnumbered. A block full of people, and now what do? They just push. If the obvious actions didn't give themselves away, maybe their T-shirts would give them away. In case you can't make this one out, see the white one in the corner? Can you bring it up full screen? That one says, kill Glenn Beck. Now, I'm waiting for the MSNBC expose on this violent Occupy rhetoric where they are now threatening. This is not just signs to say, hey, end socialism. No, that's kill me. We all know who's starting the violence. Calling these protests largely peaceful is really kind of like saying the media is largely truthful. Yeah. The violence we saw over the weekend is a small group of people. And it's the same group of people. And it's the same violent tactics that we've seen in the past. Here's what I want you to remember tonight. History repeats itself. Don't ever dismiss it.